just tuned in to the most exclusive podcast in the city, in the space, out of space, in the space.
Working, grinding, hustling, moving.
Mogul moves only.
Working, grinding,
yes, sir.
hustling, moving.
With your boy,
working, grinding, hustling.
Big D the Mogul.
Moving.
Hey,
Answer what I've been doing. Working, grinding, hustling, moving. Working, grinding, hustling, moving. Working, grinding,
yeah, turn up there.
Hey. Oh yeah, this one gonna be live today.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Don't you act like that. You was there when I shook back like
I got my dude King Hearns in the building.
Kinglish.
I got my guy in the building, Fat Boogie. Mr. Extra Calories himself.
Hey. Niggas already hate me. Just like I'm Brady cause I put up big stats like that. Hey. My team made a pact. Never let nothing interfere with these races. Translation, you better fall back before I hang the phone up.
All right. You can go ahead and roll that down, Mario. Yo, hey. Oh man, hey, you know what? I'm feeling that song, man. Hey, it's gonna be live. You just tuned in to Mogul Moves Only podcast.
Mogul Moves Only. My son,
bro, wait a minute.
Started this podcast. My son, Big D, the Mogul, the Junior Mogul, started this podcast. Welcome to Mogul Moves Only. Fat Boogie is invading the building. And we got my boy Kinglish in this motherfucker. We not letting you say shit. What's up, Kinglish? Tell them what's going down with you.
What it do, man? Hey, I appreciate y'all letting me come to the show, man. I've been wanting to come on here for a minute since y'all started up, man. I appreciate everything y'all doing. I salute y'all for the hard work y'all putting in and y'all putting on for the city. And also y'all saluting the moguls out here, man. Hey, I'm just happy to be here, man.
And hey, 1 second though. I can't say y'all, okay? Look, this is my first show. All right, but I did start his career, so you can say y'all. You can say y'all.
All right.
We can say y'all.
Big D, what up, man?
What up, man? Hey, I like how y'all just took over, man. But you know, I got to introduce myself because it's mine. You know what I'm saying? Mogul Moves Only podcast with your boy Big D, the Mogul, a.k.a. Suge Diddy, a.k.a. Illuminati Jack.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mario, drop them sound effects, them bombs. Oh, we ain't got none. We ain't got no bombs. Hey, man. That single coming in, bro, is dope.
Man, I appreciate that for real.
Man, tell people about that single, man. Tell them who you are, man. Tell them who you is. Tell them where you from.
Hey, man, my name is King Hearns, man. Everybody call me King. I'm from Leesville, Louisiana, small town, but we make a lot of moves out here, man. I've been out here for about 5 years now. You know, took off a little bit out here in Dallas, did some stuff in Atlanta, been basically worldwide moving and grooving, man. Just like Big D said, man, I'm actually a mogul right now. It started off on the bottom, but now I'm out here still working. That new song I just dropped called Work, man, that's just strictly for the workers, strictly for the grinders, everybody hustling, man. The key to everything is to never stop working. That's why I made that song, man, because I'm forever working. That's what I do.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, you from the boot.
Yes.
Fat Boogie from Texas.
Yes.
Yes, and matter of fact, we had this conversation.
Let's do it.
You're an Aints fan, right?
Yeah, I'm Who That Nation, man. I'm a Who That alumni.
See, and that's why I never understand. You know, everybody knows that the Cowboys is America's team, but y'all's whole slogan is Who That, as if people forgot about who they are.
Man, I'm just don't understand about the Cowboys, man. You know, I'm not really against them, but they got that big ass stadium. You supposed to have a winning season every year.
Right.
That big ass stadium is for looks. You might as well give us that stadium.
No. See, the difference is y'all took our old coach. We gave y'all our hand-me-downs. You understand? And showed y'all that we didn't need that. So our time is coming. Our time is coming, okay? But y'all ain't won a Super Bowl. Y'all had to have a hurricane come through y'all state for y'all to get the motivation to win a Super Bowl.
But the last time y'all won one, what you was? What, 3 years old?
Well, you know,
you wasn't watching TV. You wasn't watching TV.
Hold on, did y'all not see on the news? They said that Dez caught it.
He caught it, but
we was supposed to go to the Super Bowl. Dez caught it, but that's okay. We're gonna go.
Supposed to.
We're supposed to.
Man,
so speaking of Dez, do the Cowboys get rid of Dez this year? Is Dez done?
I'm holding my nuts. I want him to leave and come to the Saints. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna be honest.
All right.
What you think, Fat Boogie? Do you think there's better caliber receivers out there now to replace Dez?
Look, I'm gonna say this. Dez is one of the most. He's still at this point one of the most athletic wide receivers in the game. He just got to change his game up because he's the veteran. Dak is a rookie. Dak doesn't know how to place that ball like Romo, so Dez got to change his game up a little bit to fit the quarterback until he can grow to that level.
Don't you think he'll be good with Drew Brees? Drew Brees gonna put the ball in his hands. He don't want to be a Cowboy no more.
That's fine.
He done did everything he can do out here. He done had enough fun. He done ran through the city. He'd have been at Park Ave hanging his chain around all over the crowd, and he done smashed all the girls before he got married. Did everything. Ain't nothing else to do out here.
That's true. That's true.
Come on to the city.
You want? So
I take him.
He's campaigning for Dez to
He's
come
a
to
bum in Dallas. Bring him to the Saints. He gonna do good.
Oh man.
So who comes out on top this year, Saints or the Cowboys?
Man, come on, man.
Do y'all play each other this year?
This year might be the first year I think we play each other in like 2 or 3 years.
Well, let's look at that.
Yes, 3. I think it's for sure
Should
this year.
If the Cowboys do play the Saints this year, who wins that game?
Hold on. Stop. I just noticed what he did here. You see, he tried to exclude this side of the podcast, right? But let's see. Ask him who is he a fan of?
He better not say Detroit. Who the team?
Wait a minute.
You got a team?
First of all, yes.
Detroit still got a team?
Yes.
They still got a team?
First of all, we got a top 10
Okay,
quarterback.
stop. We don't want to hear your look.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You were right. Bring it back to this side because this is where the real football is being played. Yes, you're right. Let's see. Did you look up?
Second of all, let's put it like this.
I used to be a fan when they had Barry Sanders.
My team has, in the last 6 years, been to the playoffs at least 4 of the last 6 years.
Just to lose in the first round.
That's okay. How many times the Cowboys been?
What do you mean? We just went to the playoffs last year.
Last year?
Oh, but shit. You know,
last year?
I slipped up. It's all right. I slip up. I'm going to slip up again. Shit, we went this year. We ain't go this year neither. Fuck it. I'm wrong. It don't matter. But we have a lot of recent success. We're going to continue to gain success. You know, y'all had to dismantle our team, and we still bounced back and almost made the playoffs. But guess what?
What
the
does that
NFC
mean?
has the NFC East is the strongest NFL division in NFL.
Y'all will not beat Philadelphia this year.
We will. We
Not
did.
at
We
all.
beat them last year.
Y'all won't beat them this year.
We beat them last year.
One thing about Detroit, man, they're a good team, the upcoming team, but it's just hard to take a team like that serious.
It is.
Because they're regular season teams and they got playoff teams.
They're like the Dallas Mavericks.
They're like the Kansas City Chiefs. They good. They're going to do good in the regular season, but when the playoffs come, they're not going to go do nothing major.
Exactly.
So
What you mean? Let's not act like the Saints are just consistent. Y'all go to the playoffs 1 year and have 3 failing seasons in a row, then show back up and contend again.
We had three in a row in a long time.
Close enough.
Woo, that's been a long time since we had bags over here. That's the last time we had 3 in a row.
You know what I'm
since
saying?
Breeze been there, we had 3 in a row.
Close enough.
Man,
Don't act like y'all just Super Bowl contending every year.
who would you rather play in the playoffs, the Saints or the Cowboys? The Cowboys. You don't want to see us in the playoffs.
I give you that.
I know. You know we playoff tested.
I give you
Cowboys
that.
ain't gonna do nothing in the playoffs.
Oh man,
I give you that.
You know what? Look, you know what? Let's just beg to differ, okay? Some things
Y'all
gonna change.
gonna have the
Some
Dallas
things-
people mad at me after
some
this
things-
episode, man. Come on, man.
So let's
people
go.
mad at me,
So we
man.
got Texas in the building. We got Louisiana in the building. Of course, you know, Michigan, Detroit in the building. But we're going to do a little Q&A. Since
Hold on. He threw that Michigan out there because they got a good college team, so they all known for having a good team.
You know.
So he threw that Michigan out there so everybody can know,
Okay.
Yeah, but they
okay,
did
go
just
ahead,
lose.
But you know, I said state.
They
You
did
did that, though. You did it.
They
Go ahead.
did just lose in the NCAA championship, though.
We got rocked.
But they still a team that you fear.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Nah, that's okay. That's all right. So, so when it comes to Texas or Louisiana, who got the better looking women? Texas or Louisiana?
Texas. I got to go with Texas, man.
Texas got to make it look better
Gotta go
than
Texas.
Louisiana?
Yeah, Texas.
What's wrong with the women in Louisiana, bro?
They all kin to each other for one.
They killing each other?
They all kin to each other.
He
They
said
related
kin.
to each other.
Everybody
You know what I mean?
related.
Everybody
Everybody
related. You know, it's like they got some beautiful women out there too in Louisiana. I'm not gonna take that away, but you know, Texas overall. Texas,
I've
man.
never met a Louisiana chick that wore heels. They always wore like high mud boots.
Or sandals or flip flops, huh?
All the time.
No,
They
but
always like they going deer
you know,
hunting.
they got some good ones. They got some good ones though, man. You know, you can't just do it like that. They got some pretty beautiful women out there in Louisiana.
They do.
man.
I
Yeah.
mean, they just
You know,
be
they
alligator
beautiful.
hunting.
They got the accent out there. You know, Texas. One thing about Texas and Louisiana, I can say, the women in Texas, they're beautiful and they work and stuff like that. Louisiana women, they might be beautiful and bad, but they don't work.
Okay. So
Okay,
you know, just
okay.
next, what you think, Fat Boogie?
You talking about me?
Yeah,
I love all women.
but that ain't answering
I love
the
all
question.
women.
Who you think got the better looking women? Okay, so let's throw this in. Have you been to Detroit?
No, I haven't been to Detroit.
Boogie, who got the better looking
think
women?
Detroit is a different. That's a different story.
What
okay?
makes them different?
Shit, I don't know. I've never seen so many. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me talk now. I gotta talk about the women in Detroit. I have to talk about them. All right, so we went up there and visited. I visited Detroit a couple of times, and I didn't know there were so many yellows out there. I thought Texas was the home of the yellows. It's nothing but yellow women in Detroit, and they are like never mind. Let me stop.
No, go ahead and go. You can't just let me stop and you didn't start.
So you said Detroit? You said Detroit got more yellows than Louisiana? That's impossible. That's Creole. That's Creole Nation.
I said Texas. I didn't say Louisiana.
Okay.
We definitely got more yellows than Louisiana.
In Detroit?
I'm not
Absolutely.
Gonna lie. Hey, I'm telling you.
You got to remember, bro.
They got whole cities in Louisiana that like call like the Bar Simpson.
I mean, I feel it, bro, but you got to understand.
They call the whole city Bar Simpson.
I mean, I got you. But the sun ain't as hot in Michigan. We stay. Them women stay with winter tans all year round. They be light, but I'm telling you, I love Detroit, but Ohio got the yellows. Like Detroit, we got the reds, but Ohio is where all the yellows at.
Ohio? Because I've been to Cleveland.
Cleveland got them.
I used to live in Cleveland.
Akron got them, but
I
Louisiana, you can go down deep. Louisiana.
My mother's from Cleveland. Yeah, they got a lot of bright skinned people.
Bro, you bright skinned.
Yeah, my mom.
You look like you could be
in Cleveland. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
We got a lot of family in Cleveland. Yes,
I'm telling you, everybody up north for the most part yellow. You can tell I'm not from up north because I ain't yellow. You know what I'm saying? I'm a half breed, brown.
But look, to answer your question, all women, there's beautiful women.
That's
everywhere.
whack, bro.
Facts.
That's
not
just
whack,
like you.
bro.
That's just like your life. You cop out in everything that you do.
It ain't copping out, man. Sometimes the best thing to do is just not say nothing.
So getting on to the music thing, man. Like, so you from Louisiana, right?
Yes, sir.
So how did you get into the music? Tell people about your story, man. Your journey.
Hold on. Wait. We got one more thing I need to ask before we go into that.
Okay, my bad.
All right, Q&A. We're gonna continue the Q&A.
Let's do it.
Who has better food, Texas or Louisiana?
Oh, I forgot about that one. Here we go.
Come on, that's Louisiana automatic.
Oh,
That's automatic Louisiana.
So
that's automatic.
Louisiana. I'm gonna tell you why it's not Louisiana. And then we're gonna go to UD. I'm gonna tell you why it's not Louisiana. Louisiana has seasonal food. You know what I'm saying? It's all based off of one thing. You got.
Season.
You got. No, I'm talking about seasonal, not seasoning. You know, you got crawfish etouffee. Then you just got instead of crawfish etouffee, we're gonna make a shrimp etouffee. It's all still the same shit. It come from roux. You got gumbo. It's all gravy.
That roux though.
I understand. But Texas, you gonna get fried chicken. Then we got the fur. You know, you got everything fried.
Okay,
you know what I'm
saying?
Let me
the fair.
Since we're talking about chicken, okay, be honest. Louisiana Popeyes or Texas Popeyes? Now go ahead and tell the truth.
All right, now that's because
that's
where that's
from.
from. But that's only one spectrum of chicken.
I know, but keep on going though.
All right, so hold on. So we're gonna go on that. We're gonna go Rudy's, the old Rudy's, not this new shit. Or what's it called? Southern Classic. What's it in Shreveport? What's that chicken?
You know it's I too. Southern Classic. Hey.
Hold on, but I didn't ask you that. I said Rudy's
too.
I said Rudy's or Southern Classic. I done had both. Southern Classic, you can go to Williams and get that. It tastes like Williams. I'm being real. Let's keep it a bean.
Hey, my wife can contest. I don't mess with Rudy's. It's too. I don't mess with Rudy's. I'm not a fan of Rudy's chicken. I'm not.
Okay, all right, okay. I try to use Rudy's because that's just okay. Yeah. But I know you didn't ate some. Or we can go to Halls. We can talk about Halls. We can talk about Big Mama. We can talk about Henderson's. You know what I'm saying?
But what else do Texas got besides the chicken? What's the,
they got barbecue.
Now barbecue, I can say barbecue.
I feel like
now barbecue. Yeah,
like I said, Texas has an overall spectrum of
barbecue.
Better
Got
food.
Louisiana barbecue. Yes,
corn dogs,
Texas got it.
whatever you know what I'm saying. What you want? What you want?
Like
turkey legs, turkey legs. Shut it down right now. Turkey leg.
I feel like so just to kind of interject, I feel like you better food. Big blood. you got to wait.
Hold on, matter of fact, let's show y'all who's talking right here. Come on, Gary Payton. Bring Gary Payton in here. He ain't having it. He said Louisiana got the best food. He said fuck out of it.
So listen, I feel like I feel like Louisiana is kind of not versatile. I think that's what it is. I think if you say who make the best Creole food or Cajun type of food, then you have to say Louisiana.
Yes, I agree
but you don't hear nobody say I want some Louisiana barbecue.
No, never.
You're not gonna say, I want some.
Ain't nobody gonna say that.
Louisiana fried chicken. You may say I want some pot pies.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all make some great hot sauce.
But people from all over the world travel to Louisiana just to get them special
dishes. Just for that.
Yeah, the special dishes that we're talking about. People travel all around the world just to get that. Just to taste that gumbo. Just to taste that crawfish etouffee.
People travel all the way to Texas to try things too.
Barbecue, Tex-Mex.
Barbecue. What you think made John Witherspoon slap his mama?
Let them know.
What?
Huh?
What was it?
Barbecue.
Man, we just ganging up on you, man.
It's all
Mossy
good,
Loco
man.
over
Hey,
there.
it's all good.
It's all good, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's keep it going, man. I'm ready.
So when we talk about the music, man, you doing your thing, just reading your bio and your history, man. I see that, man. You did 3,000 days in the Fed, man. Can you talk about that, man? Tell us your journey. What happened? What got you locked up?
3,000 days in the Feds, man. That's a long time, man. That's over 10 years. Basically, man, I was in the streets, messing around in the streets. Got a conspiracy to traffic hard, soft, X, and weed. You know, I was on the second branch on a big conspiracy. I was on the second branch, so I was like, you know, like second in charge as far as everything I was doing, as far as, you know, peddling Louisiana to Houston. We so close to Houston, so I was coming back and forth to Houston to Louisiana. I'm from a small town, so basically I really turned my small town into the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're from a very small town, but when you bring Houston prices to a small city like that, it just go haywire. And then I didn't get jammed up, but somebody on my case did get jammed up, and, you know,
He flipped.
He flipped. Not only that, but there's a lot of other people who also contributed to the flip. As far as like 20, 30 people got jammed up on distributions and stuff like that. So they want to know. They wanted to know where's all this drugs coming from. 30 people got distributions in this small town. Who cooking it up? Who doing this? And then it was like, okay, him. So they came and got me on the conspiracy. And then in the Feds, the conspiracy, you really can't be the conspiracy because it's the fact that you know of the person who doing all this. You have done this stuff, and I'm guilty of the fact of I was doing a lot of the stuff. So me trying to go to trial, I would have been doing a life sentence for something that I could just go and take my plea or whatever like that and play it out to 10 years or whatever like that. And throw a little plug out. I got a book coming out this year, and I talked about the book, talking about it had to happen. Like in part of the book, I actually told everybody that I thanked the Lord for 10 years when the judge said 120 months. I had to thank the Lord. I was like, thank you, Jesus, because it sounds crazy to thank the Lord for that much time. But I'm like, man, if I would have got sentenced to all the stuff that I know that I got away with or stuff that I done, I wouldn't even be here right now. So that's part of the reason why, you know, I had to do over 3,000 days in the Fed. So
when you was hustling, how much you think you touched? How much money you think you touched?
Man, I don't want to put no number on like that, but just say it like this: in a small town with less than 20,000 people, having 100,000, you was a millionaire. Yeah,
so I know, no doubt.
Basically, I feel like a millionaire, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a small town, it ain't too much to do down there. It's one mall or something like that. So basically, if you got that much money, you can do anything you want to do.
Yeah.
You can smash anybody you want to smash. You can go anywhere you want to go, buy anything you want to go. Like, you feel like you was a millionaire. So it was this on that point of level where you messing with a couple bricks, a couple kilos like that. You get to the point like, damn. At the end of my journey, I was actually trying to get out of the game before it really happened. Before it happened to me, all the conspiracy stuff came down. Yeah. It was so far high level that I didn't want no parts of it because people was dying, people was doing this, so many things, people get jammed up. I didn't want no parts of it. But just like real movies, just like real life, that anytime you try to get out of something, that's when stuff start happening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You come to, I'm going to church. I'm saying, Lord, I done went to the altar, get prayed for. Lord, help me. I'm done. I don't want no parts. I done flushed away a lot of stuff, gave away a lot of stuff, and then next thing you know it, something happened. Boom, pulled me right back. Hello, I need a couple more. I got to get back in there. I got to do this. I got to do that, and then it's been out of control. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead. Go back. Go
ahead. When did you get out?
When I got
about how long ago?
I've been out. It just made 6 years on 6 years in December 5th. I came home 2011. So it was just 6 years now.
That's good, man. And so I know we were talking a little bit before the show, and you were telling me how you had different relationships with different type of people. So what was it like making that transition when you got out? Because 10 years is a long time, man, especially during that. So I know it was like a whole new world. So how did you make that transition?
It was basically a hard transition because the fact that me coming home, not being able to do the stuff that I used to do as far as anything I want to do right there on top, I had to have patience. I had to work my way up. I had to grind. So it all started with the people around me. Like, the people around me is so key. The same people that I started with, the same people I'm with right now. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she's here. I was with her since I was in the halfway house. So she been with me times. I had to, think about, I want to get back in the game just to speed stuff up, because in my mind, it's so much stuff that I want to do. But the only thing that helped me for real, the main thing that helped me, that I didn't have nothing to prove, because I felt like I already did so much stuff that people out here right now still grinding to do. People out here been hustling 20 years. They ain't never seen them. They don't even know what a brick is. they'll pass out if they see one in real life.
Yeah.
They rap about it and all that stuff, but they actually touch it and see what they ain't gonna know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't have to come out and prove nothing. I had to go do nothing like that. Then I had my family, most of all God, then my family. Then I got a couple close homeboys that was just with me, you know, that's really for me, that told me, hey, we're not gonna go that path. Whatever you need to do, we with you, we'll ride with you the correct way. So ever since then, man, it's all about my team that I have, my family, and you know, and God. That's what it is.
So you talked about being locked up. Where were you? You was locked up, Matt.
I was in my last place. Well, I started off in Louisiana, of course. Then I went to Memphis, Tennessee. I did about 5 years in Memphis, Tennessee, and then I did 2 years in I did like 3 years in Arkansas, and then I did a year in Shreveport. Man, I've been to Angola during the storm. I was in a holding facility in Lake Charles. They shipped us to Angola for the storm. So anybody from Louisiana, they know about Angola.
I know about Angola from Lock Up. Lock Up.
Angola is the place that you don't even want to be. So me even walking down to Angola, I was like, shh. Right then, I told the Lord I learned my lesson, because basically Angola, people there, the guards. People talk about the deaths in Angola, but the guards be killing people so much. So I done seen somebody, little young dude was handcuffed and shackled to me. He was so scared, he shitted on himself.
Man.
So you know what the guards did to him? Whooped his ass. I'm talking about whooped him out the frame. I'm talking about beat him with sticks and everything. He handcuffed, shackled to me, getting his ass tore up. I can't do nothing but look this. I'm looking like this. It's none of my business. Look, tearing his ass up just because he shitted on himself. So I know once I was in Angola, I was like, man, Lord, I'm not gonna do this to my family no more. I'm not gonna do this to my people. I said, whatever I got to do, no matter how hard it get, I'm not gonna put myself in a position for me to go back to prison. So that's the main thing right there. So
yeah.
So is it Angola actually as bad as the reputation it holds once you got in there, or?
See, I was only there for like 3 weeks because of doing hurricane storm like that. But during that time, of course, we just seen a lot of people got beat up and stuff like that. So actually, Angola is really like it really is on TV. It's really a place that you don't want to go unless you know. A lot of people there have life sentence, so they don't care about nothing. I told somebody, I talked about my book, to have somebody in the cell with you, knowing that you got an outdate and they got a life sentence, they don't care about life at all. They don't want to hear about sports. Like you talk to them about the Saints cap, they don't want to hear no shit about that. They don't want to talk about music, nothing like that, because they never coming home. So it's like you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You've been in the cell with them, you'll feel it. This boy got a life sentence. He don't want to hear no shit. Your hair on your body stand up because you know this man got an evil spirit. And there's so many spirits in prison. Yeah. So that's the main thing about prison. Like it'll turn you into somebody who not even who you is, because you have to be that person just to make it through.
Yeah.
So was you smearing doodle on the wall while you was in prison?
No, I wasn't smearing no doodle. I wasn't doing nothing like that.
I don't know, bro. I didn't know some people is being that boy rolling up doodle pellets, rolling them under the door.
Man, no.
Fat Boogie was a doodle smear.
I wasn't no doodle smear.
No, I'm not like I said, I went to prison for drugs and stuff like that. So, you know, we have a few gangster moments and stuff like that, but I really wasn't killing nobody, nothing in the streets like that. But as soon as I get to the feds, my homeboy pull up on me. As soon as I get to the first day, he give me a knife like, hey, it's knife play out here. Boys ain't fighting no more. So it don't matter how big nobody is. Hey, you got to learn how to work this knife. It ain't about no fighting. So people think that they can go to jail. They could be big. They could beat people up. No, they going to poke you. They going to put that iron in you. You can't do nothing with that iron.
Man.
So it's, it's a little different, man. So that experience really, I learned so much because being around there, like people out here, like the hate and stuff like that. People be talking about, you hear people always make excuses. Oh, I can't do this. My music, the DJs hate, everybody hating. Like the level of hate in this world is very low. It's very low. Like in prison, it's really high. Like people really hate you just to hate you. Like out here, it ain't no real hate out here. People just playing.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, you know, and I even went through this. You know, once you got things going, once you like you said, you have nothing to prove. You know, I went through that phase where I felt like I had something to prove. Nick called me a bitch or whatever. Oh, I'm finna show you I'm not a bitch.
Yeah.
But now it's like, shit, man, I got other things going on. I'm not going to allow you to get me out my character to deter me away from what I got going on. It just ain't even worth it.
Because then if you let them get you off your path, then you going to be in the cell looking at like, because I did myself like this. Like, damn, I fucked up. Like the first 5 years, I beat myself up because I'm like, how the fuck? You know, I was a state champion basketball player. I couldn't play basketball because I was a dog. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I feel like I messed up my whole life fucking around in the streets trying to do too much as far as, and it was a lot of stuff I used to do was out of spite. Like I used to want to come up higher and higher just to show these niggas like, y'all can't fuck with me. You hear me?
Yeah.
It was an ego thing. But you be like that. You out there in the streets, you ripping and running, you on drugs, you doing stuff like that. You sipping codeine, you popping pills, you doing all kind of shit. You ain't in your right mind.
Exactly. Oh, I know. I believe me. I know firsthand. I
So,
know firsthand.
And we're gonna come back to the drug habit thing.
Oh yeah.
So being locked up, you moved to Arkansas, or I know you was in Louisiana. You said you was in Memphis, and then you was in Arkansas. And I read your bio, and you came across some notable people while you were in prison. Can you let our guests know who some of those people that you were locked up with?
My last, well, one of the main homies I messed with, I was in there with Hot Boy Turk. Me and Hot Boy Turk was in Fort City, Arkansas, my last place right before I came home. Me and him was in there. He came from Memphis. His last 2 years, I think he came over there with me. And, you know, still to the day, that's still my homie. I mess with him tough. Another homie, Tip, came through there, T.I. So he was on the yard with us, you know, the real deal on the yard. He wasn't in no protective custody, nothing like that. He was with us. He used to fuck with us and stuff like that. So, like, I still cool with the people. Like I said, I got a relationship with them as far as if they come to the city, I hit the people up. I meet up with them or something like that. You know, I get up with them like that. But it was never nothing like, neither one of them had promised me anything like that, except for, you know, they always gonna have a relationship with me as far as being cool and being real and stuff like that. So I salute them, and I respect them for everything they doing. You know, me and Tip, you know, we had long conversations on the yard. He seemed like we had concerts on the yard. I was like, when he came to the yard, it was like, that was my yard. He like, as far as the music and basketball, everything, that's king. You know what I'm saying? Music, rapping, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So he pulled up on me. We had a lot of conversations about that. Probably a lot of stuff that helped me. I took from out there as far as like, he said that if you want to be on the next level in the world, you got to move like that. There's a certain way you got to move. So if you see me and my people, we move way different than a lot of other people. Like when I first came home, we did like around 30, 35, 40 shows my first 2 years home, and not one person in my camp smashed or hollered at a girl the whole time we was on the road. It was just strictly hit the show, get in, get out, boom, gone. It wasn't no extra stuff that, you know, you have some of your homeboys that want to do too much extra stuff, and then that's how a lot of other stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? So we just move way different. So I learned a few key things from them, man. That I can say that I took from them and I use on a daily basis.
That's what's up.
So
and another one, my homeboy, I got the J-Bo.
Okay.
He was with Big Meech, so he was in the cell with me.
Okay.
For like around 2 years. So me and him used to really actually have a lot of conversations, and just even if it was at a level that you would see yourself on and be thinking like, man, this the highest level. He was actually on the highest level that I know personally. You know what I'm saying? Because him and Big Meech, he was like this right hand man. So they had so much stuff going on, but I still see the love that the people didn't show him while he was locked up, and just to see that pain inside that man, like, man, I know Jesus and them, everybody shot this man out. They made a whole song about this boy, J-Bo and stuff like that, but all of them really wasn't holding it down like that. So that really showed me, like, man, there's only a few people gonna be there for you, man, and then you gotta cherish the people who really gonna be there for you. Period.
Yeah. So I got a personal question.
Yeah, let's get it.
So was niggas out there trying T.I.? I know that's your partner. If you don't want to answer that, you ain't got to answer.
Honestly, somebody did try him. Somebody tried him the first couple days he came down there. Somebody tried him.
T.I. got them hands.
No, he didn't have to do nothing. You know, he didn't have to do nothing. You know, the Atlanta car, they ran at him. You know, they handled the business and stuff like that.
Okay.
But you know, they had like a TV show that came on. To me, it felt like it was kind of like a setup because they had like a TV show that came on TV. And he was saying something about being in prison, something like that, and on the fact that whatever he said in prison, the people who actually didn't like it or something like that. So it came on like the second day he was on the yard, and it was like somebody from a Crip car or something like that. It was actually a white dude tried to, you know, but before he tried him, you know, he got dusted off real fast before it even happened, you know. But he did try to run up and make a big scene, and the next thing you know, everybody, he's out of there. You know what I'm saying? But it was a little, but somebody like that on the yard, It was even shocking because somebody like him on the yard and the feds are different. He had the most money on the yard because they had other people on the yard that had more money than him. And you'd be like, what the hell? What the hell these niggas do? He's real deal. You know what I'm saying? So he was cool, like I said, and he was cool. That's all I can say. It was cool.
So what do they do with like the white collar crime cats? Not the cats who was selling like necessarily moving hard dope, but the cats who was embezzling, like.
They be in there too. They be in like the lower security. Like I said, I met Tip at the lower security on my way down. Like my last year and a half in there, I actually went to a drug program.
Okay.
I went to a drug program that knocked off a year of my sentence. So I did a drug program, so I won't have to do my state time. So I did a drug program. When I was in the drug program, that was at Fort City. I was at the lowest level. That's why I ran into him and Hot Boy Turk.
Okay.
And they had white collar crimes. Like I said, they're not gonna send Tip or nobody like that to. Like, Pollock, that's somewhere in Louisiana. I said USP, U.S. Penitentiary. They ain't gonna send them to the high security.
Okay.
No, they ain't gonna do that. Because they ain't gonna do that. Period. That's too high level. So there's people like the white collar crimes. They go to the lowest level.
Okay. So then, like, so here we go. You meet Tip, and you said to do the drug program. So what was your drug of choice, and how bad did you have a real strong addiction? What was where were you at with the?
Well, my drug of choice was codeine. Codeine. I used to sip a lot, man. It mainly, and like I said, I was caught up in the fact that back then it was like codeine was big. You got to think about like in 99, 2000, 2001. It was big, but it was still hard for a lot of people to get. Everybody didn't have access to it. And the fact that I was in a small town and I had the Houston plug, I had access to it. So I used to sip so much just to aggravate a lot of niggas because they didn't get it. I ain't even sell it to nobody.
Yeah.
But I used to just sip all day long. Then I used to pop X because I used to sell X pills. So I used to pop X. I used to have a lot of I was rapping then too. I used to do a lot of shows. Did a lot of shows with when DSR was real hot back then.
Okay.
We had a lot of shows here, Marshall, Texas. I did a lot of shows with them in Louisiana. Paul Wall, Mike Jones. I did a lot of shows with them, and I was just mainly on the codeine real hard. And I used to pop pills every once in a while, but those are the drugs that that was my choice.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you go from the drugs, all that. Here you are. You release 2011. Now you're on your music. Now, before going into jail, was Kinglish? Was that already started? Did that name exist, or was this something that came about? That name came about after you came out of jail.
It came about actually while I was inside. I always had a vision. I always like my first 5 years. I told you, I didn't do nothing but beat myself up. So really, I was still not say asleep, but I was still going through a lot my first 5 years. My last 5 years, I had to prepare myself for my release. So then I start writing down a lot of stuff as far as I want to do. I'm like, okay, boom, I'm gonna be this age when I come home, be 30 years old. So I'm like, okay, boom, I don't think that I'm gonna be trying to rap forever, but I want to see if I can open up a gateway so I can have more avenues. And I learned from Tip. He talking about like multiple streams of revenue. Like he does all kind of stuff. Like, so in my mind, I was like, what can I do that's gonna make sense and still. And then I spoke on the Kinglish, the King status music, all this stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I started putting it in my mind. Then once what really brought it to fruition was we was out here and it was my first year home. I had a big song I came record over here with you on my skin. That the original one I made. Shout
out to Mogul Media Studios. Yes. I was engineering that joint.
Yes, and it's gonna be super hot on the market. Watch, but that song on my skin. We actually went down to Atlanta, and we shot a video. We took a major loss on the video. We probably lost about 10,000. It's vested inside that one day that we lost because of the fact that we lost on the video. The video didn't come out right. It was all kind of complications that they had with the people. We took a loss on that. And then while we was in there shooting one of the scenes, somebody robbed a car. Like we had, they stole everything out of the car. I'm talking about laptops, clothes, jewelry. Because it was just a one scene. We was going from scene to scene. So we just ran there for one scene. We was actually in there for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and come back out. They robbed everything, white purse, everything. There's so much stuff that we had because it was just in and out little scene. And after that, things went stagnant for like around 2 or 3 months, and everybody was just punch drunk because, like I said, we ain't selling drugs no more. We ain't got that money like that, so everything is hard earned. We ain't got no money to just throw in there like that. So that type of money inside of investment is a major loss. So 3 months, we was like, man, what are we gonna do? So then we start. Okay, looking back at the notes and stuff, like, okay, Kinglish, we got to bring this. We always talk about the clothing line. Let's go ahead and try it now. Then we tried it, and then that mode it just took off, man. Like it took off so fast because, of course, we wanted the music to take off faster. But when the brand came out, the brand took off so fast. I'm talking about everybody's latching on to it, and it was like, what in the world's going on? Then I sit back and look at it like, you know what? People care about more how they look. They care about fashion more than anything. Like people ain't got no house and like that, but they still be clean going to the club.
I mean, I think because we live in a very visual world now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's like what they say, Instagram shows no struggle.
Exactly.
And that's what everybody want to paint that picture of, that lavish life, because you can paint it now. You can create that perception.
I got a question for you. See, you understand that aspect about the Instagram. A lot of people don't understand about it. They see the visuals and stuff like that, so they think everything is perfect, and they expect so much out of you because they see what they see on Instagram. Like,
so we should create a new challenge.
Yeah,
we should create the struggle challenge.
The struggle challenge,
and everybody show like what they life really like. Like, I'm gonna grow my hair out so people can really see I got an Uncle Phil hairline.
Yeah,
we'll start there.
A struggle challenge.
You know, it's a struggle challenge because Instagram shows no struggle. So, you know, a struggle challenge is you challenge somebody to show something that's really not as good as you want it to be in your life and something that you working to prove. Like I bought Rogaine spray. I'm gonna grow my hairline out so people can see the Uncle Phil, and I'm gonna put the Rogaine cream, spray it in my hand, rub it on my head.
But if you do that challenge,
works.
what is it gonna do for your people who follow? What is it gonna do to them? Is it gonna make it look any different? Because either way, they're not gonna be happy. Either way, anything you do, if you post too much good stuff, they're gonna be mad. If you post that, they're gonna talk about it. It's like it's hard to please them. So I feel like
I don't think you should necessarily do it to please them. But the thing is like, hey, things ain't always perfect as it seems.
They should know that.
And it's
They
okay
should know
to
that. They should know that.
To show people like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You got to embrace both sides of it. Just like you said, you was happy that you got that 10-year sentence. You know what I'm saying? If you probably feel like if you didn't go do that, you wouldn't be where you are today. So, you know, you got to embrace the struggle because the struggle leads to happiness.
Exactly. Speaking of struggle, when I came to Dallas, Texas, a lot of people don't know this now because they see everything that going on now. I came up here. I was on a federal probation and a state probation. I was working at Pizza Hut, making $725 an hour, no car, catching the bus to Arlington, Texas, doing community service. I had about 500 hours of community service. So I was basically working at Pizza Hut from 3 or 4 p.m. to 11 o'clock at night, getting up, catching the bus in the morning at 6 a.m., doing community service from 7 a.m. to about 2 to come back to work. And I wasn't crying over it. You know why I wasn't crying? Because I knew one thing: it's all a process.
Exactly.
And I knew one thing: I used to be back there making pizzas. I was a beast at it. I was one of the best ever. Sometimes we go
so
eat that out.
You like that dude that's on the Domino's commercial?
He was hitting them
Man,
boxes.
I was a beast, man. I'm telling you, I was such a beast there. If we go there now and it's a whole lineup, I'd be like, man, y'all need me to come back there, man? Like, for real. Like, I will still go back there and show them, like, hey, this is what it is. But I didn't cry about the situation because I knew one thing. It's a process.
Yeah.
And if I let everybody get to me as far as what they got going on, because a lot of stuff going on right now, it's not going to change. It's just new people doing it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you can break it down for the different.
Hold on, I have a question. If I farted on this podcast,
please don't do that.
Please,
this is the room already.
Please don't do it. Please don't do it.
Please don't do that.
I ain't gonna do it.
Oh God, don't do that.
I'm just saying,
don't
bro.
do
You know, I've been cheating on my diet, but I got the bubble guts like
man,
a
the pizza that ran through him, the cheese that ran through him, the cheese that ran through him.
So for people who know, as like you know the brand out there, you got multiple facets of what Kinglish is.
Yes.
Explain the different facets of Kinglish, from the record label side to the apparel side, which we got your wife here, and we're gonna discuss that, and then you got the podcast side. So kind of like walk people through each part.
Hold on, you got a podcast?
Yes, we have a podcast.
Are you trying to compete with us?
No.
You know niggas don't want to see other niggas shine.
Hey,
Y'all don't go watch his podcast. He gonna get cut.
Hey, our podcast been up for a while too, so they do that.
Oh, so he said we bite.
No, it ain't no
we copying you.
Hey, the city big enough for everybody to have their own little thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we salute y'all, we follow y'all. It's all good. Ain't no hate. Like I said, one thing about us, we compete with ourselves as far as what do we need to do to get better. We actually have meetings and stuff. We get together and be like, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? And like I said, anything, even y'all podcast, we're only as good as our team members. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a couple people on your team that's only giving 20%, it's gonna show. You know what I'm
Mims, he only gives 20%.
So it's part of, like I said, everything we have going on, because if we do it like this, everything we have going on, we keep it a big package, so nobody can run from us.
Yeah.
You see the fashion, you see the music, you see the podcast. We got the Kinglish films, the video. You can't run. Like anywhere you go, we just got Kinglish sports. We got an MMA fighter. I don't know if you see it.
I got an MMA fighter. Let's go ahead and put him.
We did the do it.
I'm gonna show you my MMA fitter gonna beat the brakes off of yours.
No,
hey, let me go ahead and show you, man.
Mine got the belt. You better put mine got the belt.
Is yours professional yet?
Let me see.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna go ahead and show you my guy Evers, man. I'm gonna let you know what it is.
Now, if he UFC,
how big?
If he UFC, he ain't in UFC. He just an MMA champion. He's an MMA champion.
Okay, we UFC.
Middleweight. He middleweight.
Let me show you.
He got two belts.
I'm gonna go ahead and show you this flyer.
Hey,
man.
we need to bring that. We need to let him get it right here. Build a ring right here. This room is good enough so nobody can't run.
All right, hold on. We're gonna talk about percentages and stuff off camera.
Yeah, we do it.
How big is your dude?
Doomsday, what he is? He the 180 class.
Oh damn,
185.
No, I got too small.
That's all right. We can make it happen. I can Don King this thing only in America.
But
you got a picture of Doomsday? Put Doomsday up.
We out of weight class, but this my guy right here, Evers, man, Ever Anderson, another Michigan guy. He got his joint on May 19th
Okay,
at Gas Monkey.
At Gas Monkey?
Yes, sir.
That's cool. See, that's what I was trying to do. I wanted to bring my fight out here to the Gas Monkey out here because they had one at the Cowboy Dance Hall.
Okay.
At San Antonio. That's the last one we went to, and I'm sure how big it is.
I just want to say one thing. Is that your phone or her phone?
It's mine.
Okay, that's a beautiful thing for you to be able to trust her with bringing your phone up here.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So
on,
that shows y'all love.
Have you been listening?
Have y'all seen that video where that nigga was on his deathbed and his girl took his phone? That nigga running with the cords in him like, get my phone, bitch, no. So, I don't want to say
he
that's
too big, bro.
thing.
He too big. We can't do that fight. We're not going. Evers is 5'5", 140 pounds. We not gonna put my little poodle in there with a pit bull. we ain't gonna do that.
Up? So y'all even do the clothing? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we got the Kinglish Athletics.
That's cool. That's
he's
cool.
our first one right there for the
that's
Kinglish
dope.
Athletics.
Yeah,
So
bro, that's cute. Who designed that? Okay, Queen over there doing her thing.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want him to hit your boy like that. I wouldn't want him. I want him.
My man's go.
I wouldn't
My
want him to
man's
hit like that. You heard me?
My man got one loss a long time ago, but since then,
But it's still good. We
he
can put
been-
them together, the network and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
He live out here?
Yeah, he out here.
Okay, so
He another Michigan cat. You know, we got them hands, B. We got them hands.
Oh, I hear it.
You know what I'm saying? Mogul Media Promotions versus Kinglish.
Hey.
We gonna throw a fight, bro, and put your guy in the ring. Well, I ain't got no 180 pounder. I'm gonna have to.
You might have to get in there yourself.
Nah,
Just
bro.
don't let them put you in a fix.
I
I know
can't.
you big. You probably get on
If
the
I
hands,
get knocked
but don't let
out-
them get you in no fix. If you
if
put
I-
you in a fix, you gonna tap.
I can't get knocked out, bro.
I don't want you to tap.
My son can't ever see. There's two things. Quick question.
I feel you.
I play in the basketball league on Thursdays. I'm absolutely terrible at basketball. But which is worse? For you to be playing in the basketball game and your kid or your son is in the audience and you get dunked on, like completely nuts on your head trying to contest the dunk, or you out in the street and your son see you get knocked out.
You get knocked
Which
out is
one
worse. Knocked out is worse.
You can dunk him. Fucking dunk on him.
Basketball, you can take him home and show him all kind of clips of LeBron dunking on people. There's nothing wrong with getting dunked on. You take a clip and show him that LeBron got dunked on by somebody. See, LeBron get dunked on. This happens. It's part of the game. But getting knocked
Shit,
out.
but even Mike Tyson get knocked
But
out.
knocked out? No, you can't do that.
It's the same, bro.
No,
Both
it's
of
not
them
the
is
same.
I'm
equally
gonna tell you
worse.
why.
It's not the
I'm gonna
same.
tell you not why.
Is it the same?
Speak on it. It's kind of the same, but it's not the same. It just depends on what type of nigga you. If you want to, if you a basketball player, well, shit, nah, fuck that. Nah, I can't get knocked out. Because I
both
can't be
bad.
talking shit to my son like nigga, you go in there and clean that goddamn room before I come in there and whoop your ass. And they gonna be like, Daddy, no, you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Here go a scenario. You a hooper. You scored 30 points that game, but dude went viral because he boomed on you.
Right, that's cool.
Now,
but,
okay.
but you still won.
So
but
listen.
a fight, it
But let's
ends
say-
when you get knocked out.
but let's say
the
you-
basketball game can still go on if you get.
But let's
dunked
say you
on.
out there, you fighting, and you giving this man these haymakers. He just catch that one good one on you.
Don't matter. That's what.
If you
That's the
sleep,
worst one?
You can't go to sleep. If you get knocked out,
Hold on, because look, if you get dunked on and you scored 30 points, he scored 2. You still won. But you got 10 punches. He got one lucky one, and you got knocked out. You lost.
I got a question for you then. If it happened to you, if you with your girlfriend or your wife or something like that, is it the same?
I'm gonna take her home.
Would that relationship continues? It'd be hard to continue that relationship if you get knocked out.
I'm going home. I'm getting my bags because I can never tell her
Exactly.
nothing else.
You could you're done. You're done.
I
You
get
just got to
I
even
get-
score and come back and shoot him.
Nah, man, I get dunked on. I get dunked on. Baby, gonna take me home. She gonna run me some bath water. She gonna make me feel.
She
better.
gonna laugh
help.
about it.
Yeah,
But you get beat up in front of her, you get knocked out.
yeah. What now, nigga? What happened to all that shit you was talking to me
Yeah.
about? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to, baby. I'm out. I ain't even gonna say
Relationship
I'm out.
over with. So you're saying relationship over with.
I'm done with. I'm done with myself. I'm gonna break up with myself.
But then you know what she'll say? No, ain't nothing wrong with that. We keep on going. It's all good. But as soon as you talk shit to her, you know what she'll say?
Yeah.
You ain't do that nigga like that.
Nah, this is what you need to do. If she got a group chat with her homegirls, go see what the group chat say.
Oh shit.
She probably lighting your ass up. Like, girl.
Girl, that nigga king got his ass knocked out. I love him, girl. I love him to death, but that nigga got his ass slept.
He ain't got no hands or running his
All
mouth.
that shit that nigga be rapping about, nigga got to sleep, man.
Nigga be
Girl, I'm
looking-
throwing all these CDs out there. I'm not listening to one more song with that nigga.
You
That
better
nigga,
not say you fighting nobody else in
that
another
nigga better
song.
not say
She used to look at you like a pit bull. Now she gonna look at you like a little poodle. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
She
gonna jump in all the
baby,
fights for you.
I'm mad. You mad, baby?
man.
Yes,
So y'all got the podcast, y'all got the apparel going on, y'all got the you got the music going on, man. So what's popping for the summer? What you working on? What we going with the music this year? Like what's the play for 2018?
Right now we got my little brother Melvin 9K. He just dropped the song. He's a producer of Royalty TV, and Kinglish Films. He does the media for everything as far as the visuals and stuff that you probably see in my videos and stuff like that. He got a big song out right now called FBF, Fuck Boy Free. It started a big viral campaign. Got a lot of women on. They going live. They giving their experiences of fuck boys. So it didn't took off. It's on the radio in Louisiana. We got it on a couple stations out there. So it's picking up a nice little buzz. So we just launched him last month.
So is he on? I'm sorry to cut y'all. He on there like Black Youngster. Your great grandmama a fuck boy, and your mama a fuck boy, and your daughter a fuck girl.
He ain't on there like that. He basically encouraging the women to be fuck boy free. Like don't settle for no fuck boys. Like, you know what I'm saying. So we basically launched. What we saying?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, we basically launched him last month. So my projected release is like the second week of May. But I got a big single coming out that he recorded over here at Mogul Studio. He did the engineering and everything. Me and Four from Black Ink Chicago called On My Skin. So it's like a kind of like a tattoo anthem, but it's also like an anthem. Like instead of saying "swear to God," it's like it's on my skin. Like, you know, it was one of my biggest songs I had when I came out.
Shout out to that move too, because by you bringing forward and that allowed Jazz, she hit me up when she came here.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying, man? I really appreciate that move, man. But y'all need to make this home. Man, y'all need to come rock with me. I'm gonna make sure my guys take care of y'all. We got hookah for y'all. Man, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We make cookies for our guys. You know what I'm saying? Our customers that come in free.
Man, you can mark my words. We're gonna have a nice little event there because I'm looking at the setup. This is nice little event. We have so much stuff going on, so I definitely want to start networking, moving, and making some moves with y'all here because you're definitely legit.
So what I want to do right now, I know Fat Boogie, he got to get out of here because he got to take his lovely daughter to Disney on ice.
Oh, yeah, that's big.
You know, he just got cable, so he ain't got well, he been had cable. He just don't have Disney Channel. He can't afford premium channels yet. So he's a little mogul. We're going to let his career breathe and let him go ahead and go home. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you can leave. Bye. So we can really talk about real business because it was a distraction. I don't know. This was a bad idea.
First of all, I'm not going to leave when you tell me to leave. I'm going to leave when I want to.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I even had you on this
podcast.
I'm
going to leave when I want to.
Have you listened to the Cardi B album yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't had a chance to. Not yet.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I just want to make it be understood. I'm going to leave when I want to.
Okay. Well, we're just going to act like you're not here.
I want to leave. Hey, man,
Boogie, man. You from Dallas? You
yeah, man, I'm from
okay.
here, man.
Okay, definitely. I did get all your info so I can link up with you.
Definitely. We can do that, man. But, hey, man, I just want to say I really appreciate your story. I went through something similar. It wasn't as drastic. It was drastic, but I didn't. And so I definitely feel where you're coming from. A lot of people don't understand it's not easy to make it past there.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? So
shake back is hard, man.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely keep doing what you're doing, man. It was definitely a pleasure being here.
I appreciate you.
Fuddy Duddy.
What's up, man?
Fuddy Duddy, the Mogul. You know?
Okay.
Hey, man, I want to say I appreciate y'all for having me on the show, man. Shout out to Antonio,
would you leave
on the camera.
You don't have to shout.
I ain't
leaving
out. Yet. I'm still in this hole, shutting it down, nigga. We in this hole. Don't make me come and pop lock in front of the camera.
Man, we gonna edit it out.
No, you ain't editing out shit.
We just gonna put a black mark in front of you the whole time.
No, that's why I'm making it hard for it to see it. Look, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That black mark ain't gonna catch everything. But no, man, thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate it, man.
No doubt.
You, man.
All right, man. I'll see y'all later. It was good meeting you.
We'll link for sure.
Yeah, definitely. D, send him my number. So
yes, for
sure, man.
All right. So we're gonna bring Queenlish on
Queen,
here. All right. Yes, man. Yes.
I said Fat Boogie did this thing, man. I appreciate that for
real.
real.
Man, he was a distraction though. He's a nobody, so we ain't gonna mention his name no more for the rest of this podcast. We should have had Queen on here for the beginning. So man, we got your lovely wife, Queen, on here. Go Queen Hearns. Is that how we do it? How we do it?
The queen behind the movement.
There we go,
the
man.
woman behind the movement.
So tell people what the movement is. So we discussed, you know, the podcast with Royal TV, and then we got the record label, and then you got, and now we talking about just the apparel or the brand itself, and this is who's facilitating it, and this is the one that's cultivating it, and the image behind. I mean, the mastermind behind it. Tell us about the brand Kinglish altogether.
Well, y'all kind of touched on it before, but he had the idea, and we kind of sat down and talked about it, and he brought me into it, and since then, since December 2013, it took off from there. So, I mean, he gave me his ideas behind it, what he wanted it to be, and I kind of just put my own touch on it and started designing things and logos and so on and so forth. And now it kind of made it what it is today.
So for people to locate y'all and get the apparel and get everything, where can they find y'all at social media? Can you shout out the social media handles?
I am Queen Hearns on Instagram, and the website is KINGLISHAPPAREL.com.
Okay.
At Kinglish Apparel, Instagram.
Okay. So that's dope. So like, so all the apparel, y'all, what's the goal with the apparel eventually? Is it something that y'all want to eventually get into stores? Are you okay with it staying more online? Like, what's the premise or the overall goal with the apparel?
We do want it to be in stores eventually. We're actually looking to open a storefront this year. So hopefully that's the goal by 2019. Going into 2019, we have a storefront somewhere. We're just really trying to find what city is going to be the best location.
Okay.
Yeah, so we want it to be in stores, but if our store comes first, then by all means, that's what it is.
We'd had opportunities that we had actually in a few stores, like small sub stores and stuff like that. But our goal is the brand is, the Kinglish stands out so much. It's like we don't really want to put it in a store, and you know, if it's not our store owning it, we don't want it to be any kind of play about as far as it's getting all the buzz and stuff like that. And then not only that, we kind of like need our own space because we have a lot of events, we have other stuff going on. So if we have a storefront, when our people come in from out of town, we got celebrity homeboys and stuff like that, they can come through, they can actually have a meet and greet there without having to rent out a spot.
Yeah.
And right there, when you get a location, it's so much you can do with a location.
Absolutely.
It's this, having our own location is just the best to me. It's just.
So I see a lot of people really rocking with it. As we said before, I see 4. And shout out to Clint, man. He's a real stand-up dude, man.
Oh, yes. Shout out to the homie Clint.
Real solid dude.
Solid.
So you got a show coming up with Plies coming up, man. Like,
yes.
Who are some of the people that y'all know that's really behind y'all on the Kinglish movement that you feel like has really been stood tall with y'all?
As far as celebrities?
Yeah.
Oh, celebrities, man. Basically, anybody that we ever came in contact with as far as with the brand. See, a lot of people that I know have brands and stuff like that, they probably done paid artists and paid people to wear their clothes and stuff like that. And honestly, it's all honor to God because we have never paid nobody to wear our brand. It's all been out of love and just they mess with the movement.
Very organic.
So yes, so to have somebody genuine like that is just, you know, like with the most recent, like what was that, Friday morning? Yeah, Friday morning. I get a text at like 7, 8 a.m. and it was like Avion Crockett on Fox 4 right now with a Kinglish hoodie on.
Oh, that's dope.
And I'm reading that. I'm like, man, all I said was thank God. Like, man, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So he went to Fox 4 with it. He was on Tom Joyner with it. So we actually went to go see him last night at the Improv, man. It was he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He just basically told us, he's like, of course we blessed him with another package. He was just like, man, people love this shit. He's like, they keep asking me about this Kinglish. So I'm like, man, to have somebody who genuinely do that without having you have to ask them, like,
right,
hey, can I send you this or anything like that? Can you wear this? Because some people you give them something and you have to text them, hey man, when you gonna wear it or something like that. Like we never had to put no pressure on nobody. Anybody who actually had it, we got them. Shout out to the homies from Black Ink Crew. Everybody on Black Ink Chicago, man. That's true family. Like that's 100. They word on the show. It was on Little Women's Dallas. Somebody the homie
Mike Turnup.
Yeah, Lil Turnup. KOD hosted KOD.
Okay.
He wore it on that show. It's just like I said, everything anybody did was just strictly a blessing, man. I just thank everybody for supporting us, man. So it's like basically everybody who been with the brand that we came in contact with. Jason Mitchell, you know, that's family too. He helped. He's one of the first ones to rock with it real tough.
Okay. You know what? I think the timing of it, just the whole black empowerment, black awareness, that movement that we're going through, the resurgence of black self, you know what I'm saying? Kinglish really, and Queenglish, just like it really speaks volumes right now. But my thing is this: do you feel like everybody is a king and a queen?
No, I do not.
Not at all. Not at all.
Because you know, nowadays you got people, we woke, we black, and we all black kings and we all black queens. We're like, everybody can't be a king and everybody can't be a queen.
Exactly.
There's the potential that everybody can be, but
potential.
No, I mean, there's just certain self-respect and getting shit done and grinding, and I mean, it's a lot to me, it's a lot that goes into being a queen. Okay. So
define for y'all, or for our audience, what is a king and a queen means to you?
A queen, like I said, a queen to me would be, and it's not about, well, I would say it's not really about a race thing because we have white queens that wear it, we have Latinos that wear it, but as far as the sisters go, I mean, I talk to ladies all the time about what's a queen, and I always say is getting shit done. I always say that whether you're a mother, whether you're a single mother, if you're a dancer, stripping, if you have a doctorate degree, it's all about getting shit done, being able to grind with your own crown, and not really necessarily needing a king to be able to get shit done is a queen. Because like my husband was telling you before, he's mentioned before that when we met, he had his story going on, but I was here in Dallas already grinding, had my own crown, was already a queen before I met him. It was just we complimented each other when we got together.
Dope.
So being a queen can stand alone.
And my definition of a king basically is for one, your word have to be good. You can't call you, a lot of people holler at king, but their word ain't shit.
Okay.
Excuse my language. You know,
absolutely. No, you good.
That's just being honest. You know what I'm saying? So people get it misconstrued. They think that being a king is having money, having fancy cars, clothes and stuff. That don't make you a king. That's not even, see, some people get it, like I said, that's not nothing about it. To me, it's like being a stand-up guy, for one, holding your own, being there for your family, your people.
Absolutely.
You can't be a king and you got kids and you ain't even taking care of them. There's no way.
Absolutely.
You can't be. You don't speak English. No,
absolutely.
You can't. It's just some things that, you know, like I said, you said it too. A lot of people holler king, but they don't understand what goes under that word. It's a lot of stuff to go in that word that you have to really cross off your list. Are you there for your people? Are you there for your family? Are you a stand-up guy? Is your word good?
Well,
if I couldn't tell you I'm gonna be here today for the thing, and then I show up, and then next thing you know it, I hit you up 2 days later. Oh man, something happened. That's not Kinglish.
Yeah, I had that happen to me.
I know
a lot
you have.
already.
I had, you know, people stood me up. Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I pull up. It's a waste of time. Like being a king, you have to be dependable. You have to be stand-up guy. Period.
And you know, and I think that's a big thing because you look at like a lot of them, the old kings, like, you know, when they pass a law, they can't go back on their word. What they said is their word was they bond. So once the king said, you know, there you go. And I think, but also when I look at a king is usually back in the day was the first one to go to war. You didn't go to war without the king. The king led in front of the troops. He was the guy that got in there with his people, with his warriors, and they got it done together.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of days now we so caught up with being bosses that we so worried about telling other people what to do.
Exactly.
And telling other people, and then it's all about what I did versus being
getting
leaders and getting there with them and say, yo, we got this together. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm going to get in there with you and show you how to do it.
That's English.
I think that's a big moves, man. I think y'all got a great movement going on, especially with the apparel, man. I appreciate the pieces that you brought because I'm absolutely going to wear it, man. Again, before we wrap it up, man, can you please tell people where they can find the apparel and everything?
Y'all make sure y'all shop Kinglish Apparel, KinglishApparel.com, at Kinglish Apparel on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow Royalty Films, Royalty TV. That's on IG, Royalty TV. That's the media base of us. We got Kinglish Films. Anybody need videos done? We got one of the top-notch graphic designers. Everything he does, everything. He's amazing. Kinglish Films. Then we got King Status Entertainment. You can find that on Instagram.
The single. Shout out the single.
Shout out the single right now. I got that On My Skin coming out. That On My Skin, me and Ford from Black Ink Chicago. It's going to be live next week, available on all outlets, Spotify, iTunes, everything. Then I got the queen right here. You know where you can find her at. On my side. No, I'm just playing.
I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal.